Hello my friends, this is your automatic mascara filling machine, and now I will tell you how to use this machine. First, when you receive this machine, you need to connect to your battery power, your electric power here, like you should connect. And then of this is the air source. You also need to connect the air source so the machine can run. And for this machine is the web battery file feeder. It collects your inner plug. And then this page, when you turn on the switch, the PLC panel first will like this, and then you can choose the language like English. Is the filling control. The panel displays the filling control, and then for the capping parameter you can change here. And for the start, and this is the manual operation. When you need to manual control different parts, you can just use the manual operation and go back to the parameter filling setting. And then you can see here is also a pressure gauge of this parts machine. And this is the hopper. You put your mascara material into this hopper. How to open this hopper? You can just spin this. Spin all of these 5 parts, and then open this top lid and then put your mascara material into it. And then you can see the material will go down here. And then this is the filling nose. If you use different type of tube, you may need to change the filling nose. And then like this part, you can manually adjust these parts, like this needle of the inner plug, and then the conway of the inner plug, the height of these parts and these parts. Also the inner plug broche of this conveyor, the valves, you also need to adjust it, and later I will tell you how to adjust it. And then for this part is the camping part. You also need to change the height if you change the tube. And about this part is the mechanical hand. It will grab your tube and then go through this conveyor into your box or other something. And then you also need to change this height if you change the type of model. And then I will tell you how to use this machine step by step. Okay, for this panel you can see we have lots of control. So I will tell you what is what. And this is the filling. The filling is now opened, and the plug feeding is open too. The filling means this hopper will fill the material down here. The plug feeding, it means that this plug we will put this plug into the tube, And then for the pressing is now off because we don't have the pressing. And the camping means this camping is now on. The bottle discharge on means this mechanical hand it will start to run. And for the filling up back original off, it means that this filling nose will back to the original place. And this filling volume 20 millimeter, it means that this hopper it will filling like 20 millimeter. And you push it. If you need to filling like volume 37 millimeter, you need to change this cylinder. Also, for this output setting, it means you can set your daily product like 120. And this is output counting. It means that when the machine is running, it will count how many tubes you get. This is about the daily count. It's the same digital number of this output counting, and this is the RPM of the bottle. It means 1 minute you can produce how many tubes. Also, this is the tiltable speed of the rochi. And then this is the filling volume of your tube. This is the filling volume of your tube, and this is the actual millimeter filling of your tube. Okay, and for this part is filling test. If you turn on this, the filling nose will go down and fill the material. This is the filling volume test off. If you open it, it will test how many millimeters it will fill from this hopper. And this is the bottle of filling on. It means that when the filling nose is filling the tube, it will rise at the same time. And this is the serial alarm reset. It means when you press this, it will go back. It will go back to all the reset parameter. And for this cylinder emptying off, it means that when you need to use the filling pass, you need to release the air firstly. So make sure not have any dirty liquids or other things into the tube. And this is the empty speed. We will also set the 800 RPM. Okay, and then you can see this is the camping parameter. What you need to change is the camping initial position, camping working position, and the other you don't need to adjust it. And this is the plug feeding test. It will test the plug feeding. This is the camping test. It will test the camping, how to run the camping, and this is the bottle discharge test. It will test this mechanical hand. And this four you don't need to adjust it. Okay, and this is the manual operation. If you need to manually control, you can just choose it to control. Okay, and this is the alarm screen. You can see if the machines have some error, if the alarm will display and will tell you the time and the working station where have some matters. And this startup screen, you can see this have some signals if the machine is working, and then you can go back to the parameter setting. And now I will introduce the filling parts of this machine. First, if you want to use this machine, you should first set the tiltable speed. We often use, like if you want to slow, you can set 25. And also for the filling volume, and for this tube, your filling volume can set the 10 millimeter. And then when you use this machine, first you need to set this cylinder empty on. It will release the air of this hopper. And also for this is the electric sensor. If you don't have the tubes here, it will not start to fill automatically. And then you can push the servo alarm reset, and then it will turn to the filling position. And then for this filling part, you can adjust like filling nose up, it will go up. You can see it go up. And this is the filling nose down off. You can see it go down. And then if you want it to go back to the original place, you can put this button filling up, back, original off. It will go back to the original place. And then for this green panel, what you should adjust is the nozzle initial position, nozzle filling position. And the filling nose current position is the red, and it means the current position of the filling nose to this mode is 110 millimeter. And this nozzle filling position is your set. That's like 20 millimeter. And we already test this tube. You can set the nozzle initial position to 72 millimeter. And also for the other, this bottle mouth stop time, bottom stop time, and bottom detection, you can not adjust it. It's okay. And this filling head up speed and the filling nozzle head up speed and the filling nozzle down speed, you also can not adjust it, because for most customers they will set like 25 RPM. This is also this is 2,500 RPM, and this is also 2,500 RPM. Also for the yellow panel, this start filling speed. It means the first filling, and the final filling speed is the second filling. Because when the you can set like 1,000 RPM, and the final filling speed can set like 800 RPM. This filling speed also you can set 1,000 RPM. And the other you can just ignore it. You can not adjust it. This bottom mouth pulse on means that when it starts filling, it will first to fill, and then it will stop like 1 second, and then and go down. Okay, now we can test it. You can push this filling test on. Also, one important thing for the filling part is this tube. When the filling nozzle goes down, it should have 1 cm gap between the bottom of the tube. And when the filling nozzle go up, the filling nozzle should have 1 cm gap with this top of the tube. Last important step is when you adjust these machines, you need to first turn off the air source, and then when all this part is adjusted, you should turn on the air source. And for the inner plug part, every inner plug has his own model, so you need to adjust it manually. And now our engineer is adjusting the mold.
然后这2个螺丝固定就行了。
You should tighten these 2 screws. And then when you need to adjust this height, you need to put an inner plug. Put an inner plug into this tube. And then when you need to adjust this height, you should lose the screw. And then you can adjust the height to the suitable place. And then you should screw this and then push this.
这里有个线系，对，你看这个线系。
这里。
对，这里有个1毫米到2毫米的线系就行了。这高度。
This has 1 millimeter or 2 millimeter gap. When you push this down, it has 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters gap, very little. And then the height is adjusted. The last step, you should tighten the screw, tighten all this screw. Also for these parts, you should also adjust the height to match the model. And you can lose the screw and then spin this thread to adjust the height.
上就是，它不要上到这个地方就行了。对，对，这个。 要不要上到这个来试一下？来试一下。
Also for these parts you should and for these parts you should tightly touch the inner plug. And then you can see the inner plug is up to the tube. Okay. Then touch closely and then okay. Touch closely and then go up. Okay, and then move to the tube. And then for the valve of the conveyor of the inner plug, you should also adjust to make this inner plug slightly move. And then you should adjust you should lose these two screws. And these two screws.
拧一点点就行了，不要太松。那个松一下就可以了。
You can just lose a little bit.
你再半圈那一圈就行了。
Maybe half circle or one circle.
要摇这个。
And then adjust this red speed.
调一下这个宽度就行了。
And adjust the valve.
这样调好了，让它拿个先关一下，看看好不好手。
And you can use the needle to move the inner plug manually to make sure the inner plug moves slightly.
你这样就 OK 了，很清楚。
That is okay for the inner plug. Then also don't forget to tighten these 4 screws.
这个明显，这也不用拧那紧，拧一点点就行。
And the next step to adjust the inner plug valve, to adjust these 2 screws.
把这小的拿起来，不要把这个放进去，
And then put one inner plug inside the conveyor.
放到那条进去点。
And adjust the valve. And then when you finish the adjust, you should tighten the 2 screws.
但这边也可以拿出来搞一下。这边两边都放一点点就好调一点。
These two places should put some inner plugs to adjust the conveyor's valve.
完动就可以了。
And then if the inner plug can move slightly, that means the valve is okay.
然后拧紧就行了。
And then remember to tighten the screw. Okay, and then one more step, you should make sure this controller to this conveyor is the same height. Then the inner plug can move slightly through it. Also, if you want to adjust the height of this machine, you need to spin this tube. And you can see the height is changing. You should match the height of this machine to the conveyor. This is not matched. You should adjust this place, these two screws to, and you should adjust this mold to the middle place. To the middle place, then this needle can wisely go down to the inner plug. You can lose the screws to adjust this way, and then you should, when you finish the adjust, you should tighten the screw.
我压一下看看啊。
And for the control panel of the inner plug, we have 3 sets. You can push this camping parameter and then go into, you can see this have plug in place, plug head down, plug head up. These 3 sets, you don't need to adjust it. And if you want to test the inner plug, you can push this. You can push plug feeding test button, and then we can test it. We can start to test. Okay, and then for the camping part, you can push this camping parameter, and then you can see this is the camping initial position, this is camping working position, and the camping current position. What you need to adjust is the camping initial position and the camping working position. And for the formal test, we know this tube. We know this tube, and then this for the camping down. You can see the digital number is changed, and this is also going down. Okay, and for the camping up off, you can push it, and then the camping current position will go up 51 to 52, and you can see it will go up to And if you want it quickly back to the original place, you can push this camping up original off. And then it will go back to the original place. Like 110 millimeter. And now we can see what with the formal test, the camping for this tube, the camping working position is 45 millimeter. So we need to adjust this current position to 45 millimeter. Okay, and now the camping working position is the same with the camping current position. And now we can test it. Test the camping machine. You can push this camping test on. And then it will start to camping. And you can see this tube is perfectly camping. And then for the bottle discharge parts, when you need to adjust this height of the mechanical hand, you need to adjust the parameter, push this manual operation, and then push the rotate to discharge end. And then take the bottle up. Okay, and then you can adjust the height of the mechanical hand.
然后这个夹去，不要上了这个就行了，不要上了这个。
Don't touch down to the tube. And then you should tighten the screw you just loose. The height of this mechanical hand, we can test it now. And then we can take the bottle up. And then we just adjust the height of the mechanical hand, and then we can test the mechanical hand part. Go back to the camping parameter, and then this bottle discharge test. And now we have finished the bottle discharge test. And for this digital controller, and you can see these have two controller. You should open it, push this, and push this to open it. And if your inner plug is very big, the controller may not deliver the inner plug slightly, so you need to change the frequency of the controller like this, go up or go down. This is the same, go up or go down. Okay, and if you need to switch the model, you just pull out, and then put the new model onto the rotary table, and put the new model put the new model into the mold. And then you can see all the new model is put onto the world tree. And we have changed the new mold and the new bottle of the new bottle. And then for this part, you can see if we don't have the bottle in here, the lights will not on. And if we put the bottle here, these red lights will on. Left is for the bottle and the right is for the inner plug. We can see we have one inner plug here, so these lights will turn on. Now we have changed the inner plug. The inner plug is if the inner plug is big, we need to change this part. We need to change this part. And then put the seal in it. And if you want to change the filling nose, you should let the filling nose go back to the original place, and then you can start to change the filling nose. If the inner plug is, I'm sorry, and you should change the filling nose. These two parts, and then change another model of the filling nose. And you should screw this part. And then change it. And then you can change the seal. And then put these parts to the right place.
Okay.
And then tighten this part. Also, you should put the seal here and then another part. And then put the seal to the right place. Okay, now we have changed the second type of the mold, and you can see these two here and the inner plug here. Here, and then the camping and the mechanical hand. We all change it just like I have said before, and then for you can change. I'm sorry, for you can first choose the English language, and then you can change the tiltable speed, and then you can change the filling volume. For this tube, like we can set 10. Okay, and now just like I said, the nozzle initial position, the nozzle filling position, should change according to your tube. Let's put this 0 alarm reset. And then the tube is in the filling position, and then we can test the filling test. Open. So we have finished the change of everything, so we can just now to test the bottle, how to run the bottle to test, and we put the automatic button. Bottle is okay. First type of the mold, we have now changed it. Just upside the model.
不要那么多，打蛋来就好了。
Now we have changed the third model, the third type of the model, and then we know that this blue tube and this tube, we share the same mold here. The needle, these two needles, we share the same this part. And now for the third type of the tube, this tube, we now changed all the parameters, like the nozzle initial position we set like 36, and the nozzle filling position is 20 milliliter. And then for the filling volume is the 5 milliliter, and the tiltable speed you can also adjust it. And for the camping parameter, we have changed the camping initial position into 80, the camping working position into 45 millimeter, and then now we can test it. You can test it, just put this automatic button. Then we can see this finished product like here. And we have see the test running of the third type tube, also of this washery control feeder. You can see the inner plug is here. Just spin, follow the way to go through here, and then we will go to the conveyor.